Hello and welcome to the C Spot. Today we are cooking comfort food. Yes, so we're gonna do chili, and I call it my all-in chili because anything I have goes all in. We've done different variations from turkey, ground turkey, posto kielbasa, um, what else? Beef tips, ground beef, brisket, anything that you have that you want to put in a chili or taste in a chili works. So today we're going to make it simple. We're using some beef tips. They've already been browned, so they've got the color on them. We're going to put it in a slow cooker. It's going to take around 6 hours, 4 to 6. We're going to cook it on low, and it's going to be flavorful and really good. Now, I'm Southern to my heart, and I'm East Coast, so my chili's with beans. Thank you very much.
What was that again?
Beans.
What kind of beans you doing?
Mixed beans.
All
All right, so come on and cook with me. All right, so we've got our beef tips that have been browned. Going all in. There's a little bit of seasoning on there. We're going to add some more. I've got, okay, so I said beans. I use a tri-bean blend.
Try what?
Tri-bean blend. Tongue twister. Tri-bean blend. All I've done is I've opened this can and I've rinsed it. I do not like the stuff that they cook it in, but I do like the beans already kind of cooked so that it doesn't have to cook all day. So I rinse mine. Anytime I'm using beans in a recipe, I'm rinsing it. I've got celery, diced carrot, diced onion, diced tomato, jalapenos, some mushrooms, our beans, and somewhere I have some garlic. We got some salt and pepper, and I've got our seasoning blend. So I've added the meat. It's a small crock pot for those of us who are sleevers or bariatric patients. It doesn't have to be necessary to be the sleeve. I'm going to add me some carrots. That is approximately 3 tablespoons of carrots. We're getting technical now. 3 tablespoons of onions. Now, if you want to pre-cook these onions and your jalapenos and all that kind of good stuff, feel free. I haven't added my celery yet, so I'm gonna add my celery. I like the greens with the celery as well. Adds flavor. All right, so I have a person in my household, mo hotter, mo better. This is all jalapenos. Some of them are from our little jalapeno plant out front, our little pepper plant. Some of them are from the market. I'm gonna add 2 because they're probably hotter than fire, and I would like to breathe later. Now the tomatoes, you can add those later. I'm going to do it in half batches. I might add half now, and I might add half later, because some I want whole, and some I want to actually cook in. Now, if you like yours more of a what's the term I want to use? You can add tomato paste, and I'm actually probably going to add some mushrooms. See what I mean about all in? Everybody goes into the pool. It's going to be a chunky chili, so it's going to be hearty. Where's my garlic? And you can buy your already minced garlic. I usually buy garlic cloves, and I just mince a bunch all at once. Minch. What's a minch? I know what a winch is, but what's a minch? Sideways. Sorry. Random. Squirrel. We got 2 teaspoons of garlic. If you don't have the minced garlic, then by all means use some garlic powder, some garlic salt. If you're going to use garlic salt, then omit the other salt, because I'm not going to put any salt because this has salt in it. This is our seasoning spice. This is our loofah. And if you want me to get you some loofah, send me a message via the comments or at the email address thecspotfood@gmail.com. thecspotfood@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to get you some. All right, so we got a thick mixture going on here. I'm going to add some beans now. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the tomatoes. I'm going to add some beans now. I'm going to add some beans later. I'm going to do about half. So
when are you going to add the other stuff? What do you mean by later?
This is going to cook for about 4 to 6 hours. So when it's about done, usually around hour 2.5, 3, 3.5, I'm going to come back and I'm going to add the rest of the tomatoes, the rest of the beans, and because you want some that you want different textures, you want some whole, and then you want some that are already cooked down. I lost my train of thought. Train derailed. All right, so we added our loofah. I'm going to add some mild chili spice. I'm not going to add any cayenne because there's cayenne in that seasoning spice. There is no chili spice in there, though. So this is about a half teaspoon. I've got some ancho powder. That is also a chili. Chili, chili, chili. Our seasoning spice already has pepper in it, so I'm not going to add any additional. We're going to need some juice. Now, here's where you have your choice. You can either add some chicken stock, beef stock, veggie stock, or water. I'm going to do 2 ways. I usually will make my veggie stock and I will freeze it in cubes. That way I can just pop them out as I need them and put them in my dishes and let them melt in. So I'm going to put about 2 cubes of veggie stock in here, and then I'm going to fill up I'm going to do the rest with water because that veggie stock is concentrated. When it melts in, you're going to get that same flavor. When I say I'm going to put the rest in, it's probably going to be about a half a cup. Maybe. When I said that I freeze my stock, I do. I freeze my stock. So you're getting. This is my stock. Frozen in cubes. Discs. I'm going to put about 2 cubes in there. Maybe 3. We'll do 3. And then I'm going to put about 3/4 cup of water. Change my mind.
That's how much water again?
This is a cup, and it's going to be right at it. All right, so we're going to stir this around. I said I was going to add some tomato paste, didn't I?
Yes.
Let me see if I got some. I said it. You don't want your water to be above that level right there because then you'll have soup, which is not a bad thing if that's what you're going for. But I'm not going for soup. I'm going. All right, so I have added 2 bay leaves. And I promise, when I go to add the rest of the tomatoes and the beans, I'm going to take the bay leaves out because usually my husband gets the bay leaf. He calls it the surprise. There's 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And we're going to give it a mix. Ooh, I heard something beep a few minutes ago, didn't it? I bet you that was one of my treats. All right. Can you see in that pot?
Yep.
See that? That yummy goodness? Now, if you were a tree hugger, I'm not picking on you. Sometimes I do make this vegetarian, and the way I do make it vegetarian is that I just leave the meat out, and I'll do chopped zucchini, turnips, parsnips, just all zucchini, squash, all that. I just dice it up and I'll add it in, and it still is good. Everything else is the same. I still use my veggie stock. We just make it vegetarian by not putting in the meat. But I'm a carnivore. It's cold. I want some meat. We're gonna put our lid on, and this is the time where we set it and forget it. We are gonna come back when this is done, and we'll talk to you then. And here we have our finished chili. And I'm just going to tell you, I added more black beans to it. Excuse me, not black beans. I added more mixed beans to it. And some more of the diced tomatoes. and some more jalapenos because I have someone who thinks more jala is more better. And let that cook for a little bit longer. Topped it with some cheese, and we're good to go. Now you can serve. Those of you who are not bariatric patients can eat cornbread muffins with this. It's really good. Those of us who are bariatric patients, we know we can't have a lot of flour-based items. So what we would add to it, there are several different low-carb options that you could add if you want to add something, have something with it. You could even have like a little salad, or some mixed vegetables to go along with it. But there are lots of veggies in there, and you can always add more protein. As I said before, I call it an all-in chili, which means sometimes, andouille sausage, ground turkey, ground beef, beef tips, all the above. It makes a really good hearty meal when it's cold outside, and even when it's not cold outside. So thank you for coming and cook with me today. I am Chef C. And if you like this recipe, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification. Or we can chat on my website, thecspotfood.com. Thank you again, and remember to enjoy the journey. See you next time.